Welcome to today's video, and today I'm going to talk you through 7 everyday things that are killing your testosterone levels. So there's a huge amount of things in the external environment that are actually crushing men's hormonal profiles, which is decreasing their energy, decreasing their libido, decreasing their muscle mass. So we're going to break down 7 of those things you should be aware of today. Firstly, number 1 is plastic water bottles and plastic containers. So the whole bro science thing of putting your food in a plastic container, the chicken or rice container meal, actually has a very negative effect on testosterone. Now let me explain why. Now the reason for this is that most cheap plastics are made with BPA, which then leaks into the water and the food. So ideally what you want to be using is BPA-free plastics, or for food using glass containers will make a big difference. Now coming to number 2 is looking at parabens that are contained within cosmetics and like hair shampoos and cleaning products. So we have to look for, when we're trying to find products that we're putting all over our body, are things that are going to be paraben free, that aren't going to have a negative effect on our hormones. Number 3 we're going to go into right now. This is something I see over and over again, and that is deodorant. Now, deodorant has a very negative effect in terms of how your body basically reacts in terms of obviously sweat. So what they actually put within deodorant to stop you sweating is aluminum. And what aluminum basically does, it then sits in your like sweat glands, basically blocks them from sweating, and has a very negative impact in terms of your lymph nodes. So ideally you want to be trying to use organic deodorants, even roll-on sprays that don't have aluminum. So this is a big thing I want to think about. Next up, number 4, is this common thing we see in Western society and that guys love, and that's beer. Now beer has a very negative effect in terms of estrogen in men, and let me explain why. Because beer is made from hops, which has xenoestrogens and phytoestrogens, which is basically a plant-based estrogen. So these plant-based estrogens are going to increase your natural levels of estrogen within your body. Estrogen being the primary female sex hormone. We don't want high estrogen levels, because that's going to promote things like bitch tits, gynecomastia, high levels of body fat, lower libido, all those sort of things. Also in terms of negative mental thoughts as well. So big thing to avoid would be beer, and I think the reason for that is increasing estrogen. Number 5, talcum powder. Now there's been a huge amount of research that's come out recently in terms of talcum powder in regards to actually being linked to cancer, and the fact that they put this on babies and kids is like astronomically bad. Now, the reason why talcum powder is actually bad is it's been linked to having asbestos within it, which is also obviously going to increase cancer risk. So this is a big thing to consider when you're looking at using talcum powder. This is something you really want to be avoiding. Particularly when you think about this logically, we tend to put this a lot on our private parts, what people do to dry themselves. Is it good to be putting something that's going to cause cancer on your testicles? Probably not. If you agree, comment below. Now, when we come into the next thing that's a big issue in terms of killing your testosterone, number 6 is actually dairy. So there's a huge amount of studies which will align with this. And one study in particular we saw with men who ate around 430 grams of dairy per day, which can be in terms of like yogurt, milk, whatever you want. They had a 24% increase in prostate cancer due to the hormones that come from the milk, and a lot of this is because of a huge amount of the milk cattle are actually pregnant cows. So the hormones coming from them, think about the female cow, do you want to be taking in their hormones and how that can have a negative impact on you? Huge link there. Lastly, number 7 for things that are killing and crushing your testosterone that you really want to be avoiding, and this is something we see a lot within Western Europe, is processed meats. So we want to be avoiding those because they have a very high risk of increasing prostate cancer, have a very negative impact in terms of your testosterone level, and this is because a lot of the nitrates they use to cure the meats. So I'd really try to avoid processed meats, manufactured meats, fake meats. These will have a very negative impact in terms of your testosterone levels. Now, if this video was helpful, was insightful, make sure you smash the like button, turn on the subscribe button, and if you need help in terms of how to optimize your body for peak performance, cognitive performance, libido, and optimal muscle mass, if you hit the link below this video, you can book in your free 6-pack strategy call to discuss where you are now, where you want to go, and exactly how it can help you, and we'll see you in the next episode very soon.